Welcome back to Life Psychology. If you're new to the channel, it's wonderful to have you here. This space is dedicated to helping you grow, both personally and professionally, by understanding psychological principles that can transform your life. Today, we're going to dive into a crucial topic that shapes how we live, work, and interact with others: self-worth. Self-worth is the foundation of our mental and emotional health. It influences how we view ourselves, how we relate to others, and how we approach challenges. In this video, I'm going to explain what self-worth really means, how it's developed, and most importantly, how you can build and strengthen your sense of self-worth for a more fulfilling life. Let's start by defining self-worth. Simply put, self-worth is the belief that you are valuable and deserving of respect and love, regardless of your achievements or external validation. It's how we perceive our own intrinsic value as human beings. Unlike self-esteem, which is often tied to accomplishments and how others see us, self-worth is more about how we feel about ourselves on a deep, emotional level. But before we get into how to build self-worth, let's explore where it comes from and why it's so important. Our sense of self-worth is shaped early in life, often starting with the messages we receive from our families, communities, and society. For example, if we grew up in an environment where love and support were conditional, meaning we were only valued when we did something good, we may internalize the belief that our worth depends on our achievements or meeting certain expectations. On the other hand, when we grow up in environments where we feel unconditionally loved and accepted, regardless of our actions, we tend to develop a stronger and more resilient sense of self-worth. But self-worth doesn't have to be something fixed from childhood. It's something we can develop and strengthen throughout our lives. And the key to doing this is to understand the psychological factors that influence how we see ourselves. Self-awareness plays a big role in how we understand our self-worth. It's the ability to honestly assess our strengths and weaknesses without judgment. When we are self-aware, we're better equipped to see ourselves clearly, accept our flaws, and celebrate our unique qualities. For example, if you struggle with self-worth, you might have a tendency to overlook your strengths. You might only focus on your failures or shortcomings. But building self-awareness allows you to step back and realize that everyone has both strengths and areas for growth. You're no different. A great way to increase your self-awareness is to regularly reflect on your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. Journaling is an excellent practice for this. Ask yourself questions like, what are the things I value about myself? Or when do I feel most confident? This helps you get a clearer picture of your true worth. Another important factor in building self-worth is self-compassion. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding as you would treat a close friend who is struggling. When you make a mistake or fail, instead of criticizing yourself, self-compassion allows you to embrace your imperfections and offer yourself forgiveness. Research in psychology shows that people with high self-compassion have higher levels of emotional well-being, lower levels of anxiety and depression, and greater resilience when faced with setbacks. So, how can you practice self-compassion? Start by recognizing when you're being hard on yourself. Next, pause and ask yourself, would I speak to a friend this way? Would I judge them as harshly? If the answer is no, then practice being kinder and more forgiving to yourself. Let's talk about external validation for a moment. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking our worth is tied to the opinions of others, whether it's a boss's praise, likes on social media, or approval from friends and family. While validation from others can feel good, it's important to remember that true self-worth doesn't depend on others' approval. One way to break free from this cycle is to start focusing on internal validation. This means recognizing your own accomplishments, acknowledging your efforts, and being proud of who you are, independent of external feedback. It's about celebrating yourself for the person you are, not just the things you do. Now that we've covered the key concepts, let's move into some practical strategies to build and nurture your self-worth. These strategies are rooted in psychological research and can make a real difference in how you view yourself. 1. Challenge negative self-talk. Often, our self-worth is damaged by negative self-talk. If you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough or I'll never succeed, try to replace those thoughts with more realistic, compassionate ones. For example, I may not be perfect, but I am always learning and growing. By challenging negative self-talk, you gradually shift your mindset towards one of self-acceptance. 2. Celebrate small wins. Take time to celebrate even the smallest of accomplishments. This helps reinforce the idea that you're valuable, regardless of the size of the achievement. Whether it's finishing a project at work or simply taking care of yourself, acknowledging your successes helps you feel worthy. 3. Surround yourself with positive influences. The people around us can greatly affect how we feel about ourselves. Surround yourself with people who support and encourage you, rather than those who criticize or bring you down. Positive relationships help reinforce your self-worth. 4. Set healthy boundaries. Setting boundaries is an important act of self-respect. When you set boundaries, you're telling yourself that your time, energy, and well-being are valuable. Saying no when necessary and prioritizing your needs strengthens your sense of self-worth. 5. Practice gratitude. Regularly practicing gratitude can improve how you feel about yourself. It helps you focus on what's going well in your life, rather than what's missing. Try to list 3 things you're grateful for every day. This simple habit can shift your perspective and increase feelings of self-worth. So, to recap, self-worth is the belief that you are inherently valuable, and it's something that can be nurtured and strengthened through self-awareness, self-compassion, and positive practices. Building your self-worth isn't an overnight process, but by consistently applying these strategies, you'll begin to see a positive shift in how you view yourself and your life. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends, family, or anyone who might benefit from learning more about self-worth. Together, we can create a community where everyone feels valued and empowered to be their best selves. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, you are worthy, just as you are.